Alrighty, we're on part 6 now. I left off where I'm off to sleep in his arms. A little bit more about us. Um, where I talk about baby girl, or baby girl's talking, it's in her perspective that she goes to a vet, which this will be put in the book because it's unedited right now. But I had to go to the vet first and get a pill to knock her out because when she saw the cage that I was going to put her in, she freaked out. Well, I finally got that pill down her throat after 3 hot dogs because she smelt it and would spit it out. Well, after the pill got in her, she ran around that 500 acres for 6 hours. That's no lie. I had to call the vet and tell him I'd be in tomorrow because apparently the pill wasn't working. My dog was not knocked out yet. But when nighttime came, she finally relaxed enough and fell asleep next to a barn. And I felt bad because I did put her in the kennel. And when she woke up, she went into panic mode, which I could understand that. I would too. She gave me a lot of courage, which I'll tell in future recordings. So here we go. Bacon, bacon, bacon. I smell bacon. And I walk, with my dad. He has a plate of bacon and eggs for me. Oh, it is supposed to say, I smell bacon. And in walks my dad with a plate of bacon and eggs for me. My dad sits down with me and feeds me from his plate. He begins to tell me his last day off. He tells me, baby girl, this is my last day off, and I have to go back to work at the prison. I gobble up my food, and my dad gets up, and I chase out after him, out the door. As I run after my dad, he almost trips over me. Dad tells me he has the whole day planned. He gave me some meds and a hot dog, and of course I ate around it. Me and Dad played a long, fun games of chase around the land. It finally looked like I won. But then I saw his sandwich. Then he caught me. I took my medicine unwillingly. This was the day we started keeping score. My master 1, baby girl 0. After my medicine was settled in my tummy, along with my dad's sandwich, I took a long nap along with him. Snuggled up to his chest, arms over me, I really felt protected from the world. My dreams were filled with love and joy now. The hot summer Texas night fell upon us. As my dad laid awake, I stretched out. His giggle made me put my paws on his chest, standing above him, jumping up and down. Dad, come on, Dad, get up. It's night time. Let's explore a new place. Dad lazily rubbed his eyes. Baby girl, Daddy needs some Texas sweet tea first. He made his tea, made me a snack, and off we went on our 500 acres. Oh my God, the smell of the land filled my nose with animals, flowers, grass, grass. I was jumping through the grass, chasing the rabbits again. Dad, would, Dad was riding his four-wheeler alongside me, laughing, talking to me in his southern Texas drawl, soothing my ears with his voice. I never felt so happy in my life. I take that back. There was another time I was happy, but that was a small part of my life. That was the day I was born, nuzzling up to my mother's breast, suckling her warm milk. You see, I was the only one that survived that litter, so my mama spoiled me in the short time I was with her, like my new dad has been doing to make me feel warm and special. Crouching low now, while Dad stops the four-wheeler. He's popping open a Bud Light, smoking a cigarette. He's leaned back with his cowboy hat tilted down, cowboy boots pointed up, legs are crossed. How I admired his calm look. He's watching me with his blue eyes. He thinks I don't see him. Crawling through the grass slowly without making a sound in the calm summer night. Stars above us. I spring up in the air with the biggest snake in my mouth, jumping towards my dad. He stumbles back off the four-wheeler. His ice cold beer drops out of his hand. He's in the air higher than me. Oh my, this is a fun game, I think to myself, springing forward, wagging my tail with my fresh new catch. It's a present for him. He jumps higher, backwards, screaming like a little girl. This makes me smile. He falls to the ground again, and I land on top of him. He's pissed his pants. Fear has overcome him. I drop the snake on his chest. He is frozen. He can't move. Little did I know, my dad is deathly afraid of snakes. Baby girl won. Dad won. The score is tied. I love this game we play. The night was so eventful. He took me to the fishing pond, explaining to me how important it was for me not to go swimming in there. He says, baby girl, the snake you got today wasn't a deadly snake, but there here in this pond is some dadgum deadly snakes that you will ever set your eyes on. They'll kill you, I tell you. And Dad doesn't want his girl killed. You see, girl, you came into my life when I needed someone to save me from being lonely, depressed, sad. And I know I saved you from some bad place, so I can't lose you now, nor in the future, because we have adventures that we must share together. I listened to him with deep intent. I understood what he was saying. So I never went into that water until the day he took me fishing. It was the first and last time ever on that boat that I went fishing with Dad. Dad is putting his gray uniform on. I'm bouncing up and down. He's talking to me calmly. Baby girl, I have to go to work. This time you can't come. I got us this home so you wouldn't never have to see that awful place you had to run to and hide. My mind is going crazy. But Dad, I don't want you to go. I'm so scared that you'll never come back. I've seen the horrible things that happen at that place, called the prison, where you work, your job. I just got you. I can't lose you now. Dad is still talking. Seeing I'm frantic, he feeds me, holding me tightly to his chest. I feel his love. His heartbeat is soothing. He looks down at me, pets and kisses my head. A calmness comes over me. He then gives me a treat. Of course, he sticks my damn medicine in that treat. Sneaky man. Dad 2, baby girl 1. Dad seemed to be gone for 7 long years in my mind, or 7 days. But let me tell you what, when he came home that first night of leaving me alone, I thought he was literally going to have a freaking heart attack. Here's the scene. Door opens. I run and sit with my ears back, staring at him with my big brown eyes. He looks around, face turning fire red. Looks at me, I sniffle. I got the sad puppy eyes going. I got my lip pouting, my ears further back. He looks around again and looks at me. A tear runs out of my eye, down my cheek. He burst out laughing. Whew. For a minute there, I thought I was a goner. Dad said, "What the heck, baby girl? Did you have some kind of open house party? Did you invite the whole block of dogs?" I looked at him with this puzzled look, and in my head I was like, "Come on, Dad, we just moved here. I was home alone for 7 years." In my mind, but in reality it was only 13 hours. Baby girl, what am I going to do with you? If you're going to tear a house apart, am I going to have to stick you out in the backyard? I started shaking, tears rolling down my face again. No, Dad, it's dark and scary outside. When you're not home, I heard all kinds of strange noises, and I'm scared without you. He's seeing the look of fear in me, bent down and held me close to his heart. It's going to be okay, baby girl. It's stepping stones. You have to get used to me being gone. But no more tearing things up, okay? I shook my head back and forth like I understood every word he said. I wasn't going to tear up anything anymore. The scene that he saw when he opened that door looked like a bunch of kids tore open every single food package in the house. I being white and brown, I looked like a scene from a bunch of kids who opened up a huge bag of flour. My nose, ears, and head were covered in it. It looked like I dove head first into big pile of flour. I chewed every chair in the house. I had peanut butter on the tip of my nose. I opened every cupboard in the house. Anything I could reach, I tore open. Boxes of food were all over the floor, rice, cereal. It took Dad all morning to clean it up. After he got done cleaning it up, he took me outside and we got on the four-wheeler and I chased him even though it was a bad day when he came home. He made it feel all better. I knew he wasn't that mad at me. The next 3 nights, Dad went to work. He baby-proofed the house. I couldn't open any of the cupboards. There was no more chairs to chew until he got a new one, but I knew not to chew on anything he got. He let me have a chew bone and toys, and he made sure I had plenty of things to occupy my mind. He even put on the TV and animal shows for dogs. I was a good girl, and I made sure he wouldn't have come home each morning with the house torn up. And each morning he came home, I was sitting at the front door with my ears perked up and my big brown eyes staring at him. That was our routine. When he opened the door, all I saw was his big smile on his face.